So I was casted to be in this play called New Yorker Intendo. The director of that theater play is the wife of good friend of Chris. So they had this fundraiser party, and Chris happened to be at the fundraiser party, and they invited him to watch our play. And then after our play, the cast crew were like, let's go, this is the last night of our run, of our theater run, let's go chill and hang out and celebrate. So we went to the same club that he is throwing a party at. So we ended up having to be in the same place. And then my director, Jackie, she came up to him and she said, oh, our actress wants to meet you.
Okay, so Jackie comes up to me and says, hey, I said, thank you for coming. Jackie says, hey, someone wants to meet you. I said, oh, well, really? Well, I mean, me? Who wants to meet me? I mean, no one usually says that to people, especially me. But so I said, oh, someone wants to meet you. I said, oh, okay. Who? And she goes, and then she names the character in the play. So, but I didn't quite put it together. So I go, who? Which one is it? Which one is that? Because there were two females in the play. One of them was, a little older in age. So I said, oh, okay, it's cool. And then I go, oh, which character? She said, yes, the one in the red dress. So I said to myself, oh man, that was the lead character in the play. And then I'm still thinking, okay, well, she wants to meet me. Maybe she wants to get a friend in or something like that.
I was celebrating, so I was also drinking. But I wasn't, I was sort of a lightweight, so I got buzzed and then got sick right after. And it was really bad. And so I went to the bar, not to get more drinks, but to put my head down on the counter. And so I forgot exactly how it went down, but he was like, oh, may I have your, I think he said business card. And then so I was like, okay. And I was like looking around, I was like, I don't have a business card. And then he said, oh, and he pulled a pen and napkin from the table, from the counter. And he said, here, give me your business card. So I put down my number and it's like, here's my business card. After that, I sobered up. We went to a restaurant. And lo and behold, Chris and his friends are already there eating.
Jackie was still insistent to make us sit together while we were eating.
She yelled to him and she said, Chris, sit next to Richgail. And I was so embarrassed. Because I was like, oh my gosh, like everybody could hear it, and she's trying to match us up.
Yeah, she kind of kept that mojo going, because I guess for me, I'm not that type of guy to come up to goes, hey, what's up, what's going on, So I was, we just kept, being kind of pushed together. I found out she was actually vegan at that time, because I was thinking, at that time, still eating meat. So I was like, yeah, what do you ever want to order? Go ahead. She was like, actually, I'm vegan. I'll just order this. And then we had a nice long discussion about that, and started to connect at that point. After that, I had a great dinner. Told her, hey man, maybe one day I'd love to take you to a vegan restaurant, because I had never been to a vegan restaurant. So I said, hey, you know what? Maybe sometime we can go. That was my kind of setup from hopefully maybe she might want to meet me for another time.
I remember how we got into the first date. So basically, he asked me out, but the way he asked me out was, choose any restaurant that you've always wanted to go, and then I'll take you there. And I guess generally it sounded really sweet, but my first impression was like how cocky is that, So to him, it's like, when he said that, I thought that was very extravagant and over the top. So I thought, I'm gonna ride along with this and sort of make fun of it and sort of tease him. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna choose a very, very expensive fine dining restaurant and just see his reaction and see if he's really gonna go for it.
Okay, how much could this really be? I mean, is there a really high-end vegan, vegetarian vegan restaurant around? So I said, yeah. So the whole week we talked every day, kind of leading up to it. And then, finally she had mentioned where we wanted to go. So she shoots me, okay, here's the text. This is the place, here's the website. I go on the website and go, wow, man, this is a very high-end, vegan restaurant here. What's going on? So I kind of was like, oh, alarm bells, man. So we show up at the first date. I'm very nervous because she was actually born and raised in the Philippines. So I was born and raised here. So, I couldn't really speak the language, and a lot of the culture, the kind of the customs I wasn't really accustomed to. So, a lot of what I was doing was just asking, like, my friends and, my uncle and, my parents or even my brother, hey, what to do in this situation. Never really been there.
So he's just a gentleman through and through. So he was just really nice and sweet and gentleman through and through. And then I had a great time, and he dropped me off to Union City. And then he went back to San Francisco. So that was a royal treatment that I did not expect. I just did not know what to make out of it.
Yeah, she got me into a lot of different things that, that she was passionate about. Like, I was always passionate about the theater, but I never, been on a theater stage. But, she would be the first one to take me around Bindlestiff, and we would watch, all the Bindlestiff productions there during our first time, which I was very grateful for. Throughout being together, I think, she was able to fill those gaps, within myself that I didn't have growing up, especially within her family. She has a huge family, and they were very loving and accepting from the start. So I felt like, and I didn't come from a big family, so I didn't really have that growing up. They're a huge clan, and I really had fun being exposed to, just the Filipino culture, like having the full Filipino experience, all the occasions and all the customs and all the cultural kind of things that you do within the Filipino culture. She has a big family. I was able to experience that, so I was very grateful. So.
If I were to describe Chris in one word, that would be loyal. He's very loyal to his family, his friends, to me, even down to his noodle soup. Like he can eat the same noodle soup every day. If we're eating out Chinese food, like he knows what he wants and he sticks with it. And no matter how tired he is, he gets so many invitations to do so many things. He will try his best to accomplish all of them, because he thinks that he has to be really loyal to all these people who invited him. And that's just, to me, very astounding.
I guess the first word that would come to mind would be courageous, I think, for me, because what she does within her work has always inspired me, because being a vegan Filipino it's not easy. It's something that I think took a lot of courage for her to do, and she dealt with it with a lot of grace and dignity. This is a girl who will stand up for something that if everyone's of an opinion that she feels is morally wrong, she'll be the first one to stand up and say, no, I don't think that's right, and this is why. And she just won't sit there and hold the idea in her head. I've seen her stand up in terms of for things that she feels is wrong in the world, whether it's political, social, or whatever. She also supports those types of activities through our activist friends and activist community. So when I think of her, that's the word that comes to. She's very courageous, inspires me. So. Well, some of the things I'm looking forward to after the wedding is definitely more sleep. There's a lot of moving parts that go into a wedding. There's a lot of things that you have to get done at a certain time to make sure that it's done right, and then that she's happy. I mean, for me, as long as she's on the other side of the aisle, I'll be okay. But if there's something that's bothering her that doesn't make her happy, then obviously that trickles over. So, as a guy, you try to say, okay, we'll try to fix it or whatnot. The honeymoon will be fun. I hope so. I mean, we've never been to Europe, so I'm looking forward to that. But more importantly, I think what I am looking forward to, as obviously now being, husband and wife per se, is spending the rest of my life with her and continuing to build a future together. I think the partnership between me and her is very strong. I mean, I get along with her very well. She knows how I am, and she knows how to calm me down when I, get obnoxious and all the rest of it. So I think that was very refreshing. I look forward to actually being with her, facing challenges together. I wouldn't want to face any of those challenges without her. So I look forward to that very much.
After we get married, we're looking forward to travel more together, experience the world together, grow old together, and pursue our big dreams together. Because before we were doing that separately, we even talked about it on our first date already, and on the third date, after we started seeing each other again, on the third date, we were already started talking about traveling the world together. And it's just, we're happier when we're together, so we're looking forward to do more of that. And even though we already know, because we've been together for a while now, that it won't be always happy days, but when we're together, it just makes the experience more precious.